The large glass windows of the towering corporate building reflected the bright morning sun as employees hurried inside, their shoes tapping sharply against the polished marble floor. Inside the luxurious office on the top floor, millionaire businessman Daniel Carter sat behind his sleek wooden desk, reviewing important documents with his usual calm confidence. His company was one of the most powerful in the city, and people admired him for his sharp mind and success. Yet that morning felt strangely tense. A long line of job applicants waited outside his office for interviews. Among them stood a small girl, no older than 7, wearing worn-out shoes and a simple faded dress. She held a small folder tightly against her chest, looking nervous but determined. The receptionist frowned when she noticed the child standing quietly among the adults. "Sweetheart, this is not a place for children," she said gently, but the girl shook her head. "I'm here for my mother's interview. She's very sick today, so I came instead." The people in the waiting area exchanged confused looks. Moments later, the door to the office opened, and Daniel's assistant called the next candidate. To everyone's surprise, the little girl slowly stepped forward. Inside the office, Daniel looked up from his desk when he heard the soft footsteps. His eyebrows raised slightly in confusion. "Where is the applicant?" he asked. The girl nervously walked closer, clutching the folder. "My mom was supposed to come, but she's sick," she explained softly. Daniel leaned back in his chair, studying the child carefully. Something about her brave expression caught his attention. Before he could say anything else, the girl suddenly stepped closer to his chair and leaned toward his ear. Her small hand covered her mouth as she whispered something so quietly that no one else could hear. "There's a camera in your office." The words froze Daniel instantly. His confident expression disappeared as a cold chill ran down his spine. For a moment, he thought he had misheard her. "What did you say?" he asked quietly. The girl looked around the room carefully before repeating, "Someone put a hidden camera here. I saw it." Daniel's heart began to pound. This office was supposed to be the most secure room in the building. Only trusted staff members had access to it. Slowly, he stood up and walked around the room, trying to act calm. "How do you know that?" he asked the girl gently. The child pointed toward a small decorative plant sitting on a shelf near the wall. "I was waiting outside earlier, and a man came in quickly. He looked scared. He hid something in that plant and left." Daniel's face turned serious. If what she was saying was true, someone inside his company was spying on him. Carefully, he walked toward the plant and moved the leaves aside. His breath caught in his throat when he saw a tiny blinking red light hidden between the branches. It was a miniature camera. The girl had been telling the truth. For a few seconds, the office remained silent. Daniel slowly removed the device and held it in his hand, anger and shock flashing across his face. Someone had tried to spy on him in his own office. But the bigger question was why. The little girl watched him nervously, unsure if she had done something wrong. Daniel looked at her again, this time with deep curiosity. "What's your name?" he asked. "Emily," she replied quietly. He sat down again, staring at the small device thoughtfully. Whoever planted it must have expected to secretly record important business meetings or confidential conversations. But Emily had ruined their plan without even realizing it. Daniel suddenly realized something strange. If this girl had not come today in place of her mother, he might never have discovered the hidden camera. A slow smile appeared on his face, filled with gratitude and amazement. "Emily," he said gently, "you may have just saved my entire company." The girl blinked in surprise. She had only told the truth about what she saw. Daniel turned to his assistant and ordered security to investigate immediately. Within minutes, guards rushed into the office to search the building. Meanwhile, Daniel looked back at the brave little girl standing in front of him with worn shoes and hopeful eyes. Sometimes heroes did not wear suits or hold powerful positions. Sometimes they were small, quiet children who simply chose to speak up. Before Emily left the office, Daniel handed her a glass of juice and thanked her again for her courage. But deep inside, he felt something even stronger than gratitude. He felt curiosity. Who was the man who planted that camera? And why did a poor little girl seem to be the only one who noticed it? The answers would soon uncover a shocking secret hidden within his own company. And if you want to hear what happens next in this unbelievable story, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. because the next part will reveal a truth that will completely change Daniel's life forever.